Hold on. Here comes a gang that's at me. Oh, never mind, he stopped.
No. They just want to buy time. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Rise of Kingdom video. My name is Legend Ronnie and today we have YSG and Artemisia in action, open field in the ruins. This is the best place where we can test Artemisia. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain you a little bit about how I'm using YSG as a first. You're also gonna see the battle reports of this because it is very important when you want to go with commanders like YSG and commanders like Genghis. These are very squishy commander. They are classified as a glass cannon type of commander. They pack a lot of damage together, but they are very squishy on the same time. If you follow and if you pay attention to the battlefield and how I am performing, you're probably noticing that I'm always retreating and I'm always making sure that I am in my murder ball or at least on the safe side of the murder ball. This is very important when you play with this type of commanders because you can go down very fast and you will just fill up your hospital and you will not have very good results. I'm not sure if you're noticing that I have drag and drop next to my city or on my alliance territory. The reason I'm doing that is because you activate from your alliance technology the territorial bonuses, and that is the march speed. You can go ahead in your alliance and to check to see how much bonus on march speed you can get when you drag and drop on your alliance territory. Another very important thing is when you hear the gong. Now, if you're not playing with sound, that's probably why you're always getting smashed. This is the game that you need to play with sound. Every time you get targeted in Rise of Kingdoms, you hear a sound. There is a really powerful sound. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna hide up, or at least on some of the parts of the video, so you can hear it as well. When you're in a murder ball and you get AoE, you don't hear that sound. But when players specifically target you, you hear the sound. That gives you time to react because when players target you and they hit you, it means that they are starting to building up rage. And if you're fast enough, you can drag and drop to safety and you either drag those marches or get to safety and don't just get demolished. Your march will not get demolished and they will not do any skill damage. And then you go back and you start picking on targets from the side, like I'm doing right now. It is very important that you try to play in a team as well. The team plays a very important role. Group fighting, like you see over there, I'm trying to pick the Richards. Someone is calling in targets. It's usually me or someone else. If I'm down, it's someone else. We're calling targets on Discord as well. This is in the ruins, but in any kind of situation, this can apply. Calling targets, playing very safe, and you see that again, I'm drag and dropping on my territory because someone is targeting me. You gain march speed and you retreat faster. Once I noticed that I'm not being a target, I went back into the battlefield and now I'm just picking on targets. If you're wondering what type of talentry I used, you can check on my Discord or you can check the YSG Commander Spotlight. I'm going with a Feral Nature type of talentry and the Venomous Sting. To be honest, I found YSG and Artemisia very useful in the ruins, but it pays off if you have the numbers, or at least if you have equal numbers, or if your players play in team, because once an Attila gets on you, you will see throughout the rest of the video some reports that didn't look so nice, because two of their players, T5 player, just put their Attila on me. It just didn't look as bad as I was expecting either, so I want to stay tuned towards the end of the video. That's when those reports, when two Attilas were hitting me, and it wasn't as bad as you would expect. YSG and Artemisia is pretty strong with YSG leading. A lot of players have told me, why don't you use Artemisia first? I like to keep her on Garrison because she's a Garrison commander. What am I going to do if I need to Garrison? I'm going to keep spending on talent reset just to put her on Garrison. That's why I wanted to try YSG and Artemisia so she can play the role of Garrison because that's the purpose. I maxed her out. And if I want to use her on the field, to be able to put her as a second in command to YSG. There is one thing I didn't check in the reports, and that was when I had a full march, unfortunately. Because when I had a full march, I'm pretty sure I was doing a lot more damage, and I didn't went further down into the reports. So most likely more juicy reports that you can see over here, although I'm pretty sure that I have done quite a lot of kills. Now, this is the second time I'm taking YSG and Artemisia out, and I believe that I have the full reports from this one. Once I'm gonna have to refresh the march, I'm gonna show the reports. The AoE value on Artemisia and YSG is really unreal. I mean, I don't know what else to say. The damage, the firepower that they pack together is very good. You do have to keep refreshing because you don't have heal like an Attila Takeda or like a Richard and so on. But yeah, I also didn't get a lot of severely wounded, so I didn't have to heal a lot of archers as much as I was expecting. Probably because Artemisia offers some defense and health capabilities, which kind of reduce the amount of severely wounded that you can get. Altogether, it worked very well. I'm very happy with the results. I strongly recommend Artemisia, especially if you want to use her. Ramses already, everyone knows, is a beast. But Artemisia is also one of those commanders that you might look a little bit into it. Skill damage is starting to play a more and more important role in Rise of Kingdoms. So definitely those commanders must have a place in your army. For safety, you might want to go with Artemisia first if that is your main concern. Just because you will be more defensive or Artemisia is first and people might just not target you and so on. Yeah, I mean, you can do that. It's no problem in that. I just wanted more firepower. I just wanted to, really penetrate the infantry and see how much AoE value I can really get using YSG and Artemisia. I use them in Sunset Canyon and they do phenomenal in Sunset Canyon. I use YSG first and Artemisia second. That kind of explain that I had the best equipment on my YSG, so it kind of made it easier for also using the pair. And like I mentioned, I want to keep the Garrison talents on my Artemisia for city, or in an emergency, I can put her in a flag or whatever other buildings there will be. Altogether, you definitely want to work on her if you don't have her, or if you plan to work on an archer commander. I recommend doing Ramses first before Artemisia. If that is an order that you might be thinking, all right, so I want to do an archer commander because I need something for my YSG. I just want something more powerful, something more juicy. My recommendation would be to go with Ramses. Do Ramses first. You're definitely gonna enjoy Ramses and YSG. They are doing amazing. In Sunset Canyon, I use YSG and Ramses, and they're also really great in there as well. For more firepower, that's the reason of using YSG first. But for field battles, you might want to put Ramses first. And you might not just be a target, trust me, if you put Ramses first. If you play with YSG first, like I'm playing, you're noticing how many times I'm dragging and dropping to my territory because they are targeting me. You hear the sound because I play with sound. I hear the sound that a lot of players are targeting me, and I just drag and drop back to safety. The AoE value out of YSG and Artemisia was great, more than I was expecting. And to not go any further than this, my alt has Artemisia. My 80 million power account has Artemisia, and I already tested YSG and Artemisia. I was really happy with the results already, but I wanted to see with a proper equipped VIP 17 account what an Artemisia can do. And there you have it. This is what an Artemisia with proper equipment, VIP 17, and all that. I do have very good equipment on my alt as well, but I have also a 5% skill trinket on my main on Ronnie. So definitely a lot more damage packed. Regarding the pendant, I know I've done a video and it doesn't show in the troops buff on the battle log or the battle report. The support mentioned that is a conditional item, and I said, what is this condition on it? Because it just gave you 5% skill damage, like a flat 5% skill damage is a piece of equipment, like other pieces of equipment that show up in the troops buff. And then they apologized, probably was another GM more experienced who answered and said, we apologize, but the pendant is working. Rest assured, it just doesn't show in the troops buff because it's a conditional, it's considered as a condition item. It doesn't, it shows all the time. I mean, it's very weird. I might just post the screen about their answer. I was pretty shocked, like, why it just doesn't show. So there you have it. I have the 5% skill, and apparently it works according to the support, although I haven't seen much of a difference. I lost against players who don't have it when I use skill damage commander using the same equipment and what else, and I still lost. So it doesn't make any sense. Why did I lost? But still, this is what it is. We are reaching towards the end of the video, so if you stayed for this long, thank you very much for watching. This was a Ruins recording, 1.5 hour recording, and I just cut it off to around 15 minutes or 60 minutes or how long this video is, just to show you a display of YSG and Artemisia on the open field, just in case you're wondering, and in the same time to satisfy my curiosity if I can use Artemisia in the Ruins, and you can. But you need to have at least equal numbers, not like we are playing right now. You're noticing that it's just a small group of us, just trying to have fun. But still, I believe we're having fun. So this is against an Attila, which it didn't do so bad. Pretty decent and pretty good AoE value that you can get. And this is with a weak march that you see over here because it's only 100k march. Now, if I go further down on the reports, you're probably going to see more juicy and better reports. There you have it. On a Guan Yu, another 5,000, 2,000, 800. All this, they just pile up, and that's how you get the kills done. With a lot of AoE value from YSG and Artemisia. Looking for big numbers, and there you have it on Richards. When you manage to sink in a little bit on Richards, you do get quite a decent amount of value. 14,000. I was hoping to get some more beautiful numbers, but they just retreat all the time. It's very hard to get some very good reports. Well, this is a big one. Look at that, 11,600. Those I think were T5. Going further down, look at that, 12,800. T5 again, 6,000. So you see, when you have a full march, the value and the power of the AoE, it's beyond imagining. Really, really happy about the performance, and definitely gonna use them and test them more out. Attila Takeda still remains the king of causing severely wounded. This is the third time I took YSG and Artemisia out, and looks like these players, they just want to give a try. They probably didn't expect this, and look at that, wham, 9,000, and that was some powerful nukes over there. They are already retreating. Are you kidding me? I even tested to see what did I got on those trades. 2,700, look at that, 4,700, 3,700. Now how about that, ladies and gentlemen? That was pretty nice and good report. And this is when I was talking about the Attilas that gank on me. There you have it, 16,000 and 9,000. That was hurtful. It definitely hurt a little bit. Alright, y'all, thank you very much for watching this video. This is your boy Jeroni signing off, and peace out, my friends. Stay safe.